Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of SimCity. We are at Nugget Plateau? Plateau? Oh, who knows? Yes, we have a lot of work to do here. We've seen with Doc City that he's made a lot of money out of this whole mining coal and ores, and what I know because I've seen it happen with the processors in the other city, which I was just watching by the way. It seems like you need to produce a lot of alloys, which you can actually do by drilling. So let's see what we have here. Maybe that's not the right thing actually. Mining, that's the one, not drilling. So if you make an ore mine, you can then make a smelting factory, and this produces lots of alloys, I do believe. Let me just read that. Metal and alloys is what it produces, I think. So we can make lots of processes with that. So yeah, it seems like a really good way to go about doing things, you know, making the processes in a mining city. So this is closed because it needs water. Why does it need water? What's going on? We have a crime problem, but who cares about that, right? Yeah, I'm only joking. I just plopped down an extra water tower a while ago, and it's pumping polluted water. Look where I put it. We used to have a sewage. Oh, I didn't even think about it. Destroy that. Oh, I'm going to make everyone in my city ill. Okay, let's put it where there's actually water as well. Now that I think about it, this chart didn't come up when I tried to place that down. Just a bit strange. Let's just put it there for now. So I kind of have a plan of action what I want to get done this episode. I want to remove the layout that we already have here. I want to replace it with a more grid style layout. And we're only going to go as far as these two roads are here. I kind of want to leave it a little bit open-ended. But the other thing that I have to consider now is that I want to mine for ore. So let's go and build ourselves, or look at building an ore mine. And you can see the ideal locations to drill are kind of in the middle of all of this. And also there's a bit of space over here. So maybe what we should do for now is expand the roads on the outside. And kind of, maybe put one over here so it gets that area. I don't know. I'm going to have to make up my mind as I go along, I think. But it looks like we're going to have a few of these jotted across the middle here, and then try and build the housing either side of it, because I do believe it causes a fair amount of pollution. We can have a look at that though. We go to the sewage screen right here. That map right there. Doesn't appear that that is actually causing a lot of pollution, which is good. So maybe that's the same for the ore mine. But anyway, I have to go through like a real big rebuilding phase now, because I have to remove loads of the residential and then replace it with I was about to say avalons. Replace it with avenues, and that will have an effect on the amount of jobs and all that sort of stuff. So rather than do that on camera, I'm just going to take a break, and when we come back everything should be ready to go. Okay, I've been doing a lot of thinking while I've been laying out these roads, and I think I've come up with what is going to be a good system for our traffic. So I'm going to try and explain it all to you. All of this area here is going to be residential and commercial mixed, along with mining stations for the ore, so we'll mine as much of that as we can until it runs out. And I was just wondering, how long are these, ore deposits supposed to last for? Maybe they are designed to last for a really long amount of time, and so actually they'll be there for a long time, or will we mine it all up and before long we'll have to move on and mine from somewhere else, which will be interesting to see. And actually we could probably do that by clicking edit there, and I can't remember how big this was, but I don't think it has gotten that much smaller, so maybe it'll be the same case with the ores as well. But anyway, what I want to do is put in some facilities up the top here, like the recycling centres. I'm going to have a couple of those, so they're going to fit in this corner here, and the reason why is because of how the traffic is going to be affected by them moving through the city. And so over on this corner up the top here I want to have my educational facilities. So with all of this being residential, what we're going to have is in the morning when people want to go to school, they're going to commute from all over the place across in this direction. And so if you're down the bottom here, the shortest route is like this across the roads all the way to the top to the university. And the reason that I've laid the roads out like that is deliberately to help anyone who's travelling get there by using these roads. Now if you're travelling to work, unless you work at one of these places, all the work is beyond this road here, so I might actually change that and remove it from there, because whatever line you're in, you're going to come down, and the quickest route is to go across one and then continue going down. So you only go across one of these roads, so I'm hoping that that will reduce the amount of traffic for people travelling to work on there, because they're only going to go down one of these, whereas If you're in education, you live over this side, and you're going to school, you're going to go down all 4. If you're in this road, you're going to go down 3, etc. So we're diverting people that are going to education onto these roads, and workers are mainly going to use these main ones here. So that's my logic for that. The recycling centre being up the top here, yes, I'm aware we have a huge fire, I'll just leave them to it. That is not really going to be affected by any of this. They seem to just go whatever way they want, and so what I figured is maybe this road here from beyond this point won't have any residential, it'll be for other things in the future as well. So now it's just up to me to zone all of this out and let people move in and start building it, and we're going to rebuild some of our public services. These are probably going to be placed on the corners. Again, maybe this middle region here would be a good idea, because if you want to get to let's say this part of the city, then you can go across the middle roads like that. But if you want to get to the other corners, then you just go down, across and up or whatever. So them things being central makes a lot of sense. Yeah, anyway, right, so I'm going to start zoning these areas. Okay, I've finished laying out our roads and doing the zoning for the future. We have these 2 curves on either side, which I've tried to make as symmetrical as possible. But yeah, we've given ourselves a nice big area to work with here, and we've also got a lot of space for other stuff in the future as well. And I've been careful with how I've been doing my zoning. I've also not really been paying too much attention to what's going on everywhere, you know, playing a bit carefree, just planning out the roads at the moment. You can see tons and tons of problems. We've got loads of abandoned buildings for several different reasons, so I think it's time to take care of those things now. We've got our layout done, and we really want to get this city developing in the right direction. Now I've also put down these here in the middle. We got the police on one side, the fire on the other, and what I'm thinking is that when we replace that with a precinct at some point, then we use the space down here to the side for that, and same for the fire station going upwards. And so what I'll probably do on either other corners are have the hospital, and what is the other thing? Actually, I'm not sure what the other one is. I think there's only 3 that we need, isn't it? Well, there's room for something else if we need it. Over here, we're going to put the waste disposal, so we need to move our power. That is one of the things that we have a problem with at the moment, so let's tackle that one first. Do you know what I said earlier in the series that, you know, I like to be green and stuff, but this is also a game. You can just have fun with it, and I think I'm going to go with coal power plant because it will provide us with the energy that we need, and also we're producing coal as it is, so it seems like a good thing to do. However, that's closed because we need more water. We have our sewage outflow pipe over here. We're probably going to put down our whatever that other thing is that you put next to your water system in the future. However, at the moment we don't really have the money to run that kind of thing, so another water tower will do for now. Let's just plop that down there. So power, we're going to go with coal. Let's extend this road over here. That's what I wanted to do. Just make that a little bit longer, and we'll put it right next to it. Okay, so coal power plant, put that next door, and then we can remove this one over here when that's up and running. And you know what, another thing I need to do, I'm not really sure how much money this costs because it involves spamming lots of trees, which could actually cost a lot of money. But I want to place trees all over the city, you know, all around our ore mining facilities, which by the way we have 3 of, one there, there and over here. And in general just keep things nice. Hey look, all the density has increased. That's interesting. Yeah, this should help keep the city's pollution under control, because we're going to get some from the coal factory, and yeah, just in general. Let's do all of that. Cool, cool, cool. There we go, that area is nicely surrounded with trees now, that's good. Okay, so power situation is fine. Is that smoke or clouds coming across there? I think that's clouds. I don't know, it could be, it's probably smoke from this, isn't it? I just noticed that effect. Anyway, so water should be okay now. Water is available from the region, that's a good idea. Let's buy... Actually no, do you know, I'd rather be self-sufficient on this, because I've done that before, and then when someone cuts off the water, you know, you're in trouble. So let's rely on ourselves somewhat here. And we're just going to build another one of these pumps, and then later on we'll build a proper station. Then sewage, it might be a good idea to build this one now, I'm not really sure. What is the problem that we are facing at the moment anyway? The outflow pipe is at maximum level. I'm going to build another one for now, but we'll probably replace that before long. Also, definitely need to get some trees down in this area by the looks of it. Lots and lots of trees right there. There we go. They only cost 50 bucks, but the problem is I'm spamming it, so it does cost a fair amount of money. There we go. That should help with the pollution up there. Everything is looking cool. Okay, so the next problem on our list is health. We have a clinic. It's not in the best of places by the looks of it, and its capacity is 10 and it's treating 10. Well, let's get rid of that and replace it with something else. And we will put this one now. The hospital can be very big, and the fire station is also quite big actually. Where to put this, eh? Maybe we could just put it on the other side of this. Yeah, we'll put it... Just trying to think, is there really... Oh, have 25 criminals released from jail cells in one day due to overcrowding. That is not good. That is not good at all. Okay, so let's slow down the city speed as well. We're trying to fix problems here, and they're only going to escalate. I really don't think there's going to be too much in it where we put this, but I'm going to go with this corner over here. That's going to be our hospital region, so let's pop that down. That'll get replaced with a hospital one day. You saw that we needed a larger capacity. On the last one it was full, so we'll put that down there. And we will add ourselves some ambulance. That's the made-up plural of ambulances right there. Ambulance. Okay, very good. What is next on our list? Sewage is apparently still a problem, but that'll probably just take time to sort out. Okay, we can build a government building. Do we even have a town hall yet? I don't think we do. Let's not do that just yet. That's not necessary. I think the other department buildings in the region are allowing us to do things as well, so we'll probably end up putting it somewhere down here. I'm not sure where though. I'm thinking that we should actually remove this industry down the bottom here and just have it go all the way around the side up to the top, something like that. And we should expect to see some traffic around here in the future as well, because I literally plan to have everyone go down onto this one road to get to work and go all the way up there. So waste is okay, fire's okay, policing needed an upgrade. There you go, look at those jail cells. This might be a temporary upgrade as well, because can we get one on the roof? There we go, that'll do. Save us some space. Because we've got a load of problems left over from the previous city. There was actually a crime wave in that. Sorry, I said previous city. What is going on? A while ago with my commentating, I was really focused and sort of knowing what I was talking about, and I feel like all of a sudden I've just sort of drifted off a little. You know what I mean? But anyway, yes, the last city where I was just planning out the roads and, you know, leaving everything how it was and not really paying attention to much, that actually introduced a crime wave which we are struggling to deal with at the moment. And do you know what else will help with that? Is having more police cars on patrol. So why don't we put these down as well? And again, we can just shut this down when we've taken care of the situation and make some cuts. And we'll put down a sign as well to go alongside that. Let's look at those stats. 64 criminals per day, 37 arrests, and 27 crimes committed per day. We actually have a real crime wave in our city right now. That is awesome. Okay, I'm kind of waiting for the crime problem to subside. It kind of slowly is. But one thing I talked about earlier, which I actually forgot to show you, was the zoning. You can see it all right here. I've tried to space out the commercial a little bit so that people don't have too far to walk to get to them. However, I think maybe I need a couple extra zones in particular places, but I've just started zoning down here because we have a lot of residential demand and I'd like to increase the population of the city as it is. Now, another important thing that I've done here is if you have a look at where the zones actually are, let's just zoom out again. None of them go on these middle roads here. I want these middle roads to be all about traffic. Actually, let's bring that back up. And so yeah, no one's driving up there to stop and, you know, go into a building or anything like that. These are just roads to let the traffic go through right there. So everything is on the side roads at the moment, which is good. I think that's going to work out well. It looks like there's actually a little more zoning to do over here, just on this side. I'm not going to zone the other side. Let's put a little bit of commercial here as well. This road over here will probably be used for other stuff in the future, so I won't bother with that too much. Commercial again. There we go, and then the rest can be residential. And so what I'm planning to do at the top here, if you see I've demolished the what was it, the solar farm that we had before. I'm thinking of moving this thing over to this side. Now we might not have the room to do it, so what I'm just thinking is it's a good idea to have all of our trucks come from the same place, although maybe it's not actually. Maybe having different ones coming from different sides would help with traffic, who knows. But I want to put in at least 2 recycling centres around here, which I think we can do. They are very expensive to run and to build as well, so I don't really think we can afford to do that yet. But if we have a look quickly, we could build one there, and then that means probably we can squeeze one in the gap there. So maybe it'll be a bit of a struggle, but we could put 3 in there perhaps, or might be a good idea to do away with this curved road. But we don't need to build that just yet, so we don't need to worry about it. But I think this city is going to be awesome. I really do. I think the layout is going to be good. Got avenues everywhere, so we're ready to upgrade to street carts when the traffic becomes a problem. The layout's decent, everything's kind of planned. We should probably start educating people a little bit as well. But before we do that, I wanted to investigate. Yes, full storage. I'm not surprised to see that. I was just thinking, I don't actually have any plots for that in my trade depot, so I went and added one for ores, as you can see here, and now that's full up, so that needs to be globally exported, which I probably haven't set up. No, I haven't. Okay, cool. And I was also thinking about setting up a smelting centre as well, which is not what it's called, but you know what I mean. Let's go have a look. A smelting factory, yeah. So that'll make alloys, which we can use for processors, but I don't really think we need to produce too much of that stuff until we have our recycling centres up and running. So I think we really need to just focus on letting the city grow at the moment and managing the budget a little perhaps, like we have a lot on police. Let's have a look and see if the crime wave is over. Our jail cells are still full, that's not good. 27 crimes committed per day. Let's put another one down on the ground. See if we can arrest some more people. We've got a lot of criminals in our city. Let's have a look at the charts as well. That's not how you access them. We go to police down the bottom here, and then we have a look. Okay, the crime map. Wow! I've never seen it like that. It's insane. There's loads of crime over there. That is going to take a while to clear up, I think. Just looking at the things down the side. Mugging, embezzlement, arson, murder. Oh, it's all going on in our city, isn't it? We've apprehended a criminal over here. And what's interesting is I've plotted this right down in the middle of a crime zone. You can see there's sort of these areas either side of it. Oh, that is going to take a while to fix by the looks of it. Education, that's another thing. If we start educating people, that'll contribute towards it. And did my game just crash? Oh, look at that. I got logged out. I think I accidentally clicked on the log out button, actually. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, looks good. I'm not sure if we got rolled back at all, but everything seems to be okay. The last thing we did, I think, was expand the police station, so we're okay. It looks good. Alright then, so I've totally lost my train of thought. What do we need to do? Well, we've still got a policing problem here. I think education was the one I was going to take a look at, and our pipes are backed up again. Okay. I think if we destroy this one, if I remember how it works, then the next one will start being used more. But it looks like we're going to have to upgrade that as well. So we're probably going to have sewage and water over in this corner. That dump, I really don't think we're going to have the room to fit it in over here. However, I did say I could change these roads. So anyway, education is the plan. We're going to have our universities across the corner here, and it's going to be a while before we get to that level where we need those. However, I do think we could probably jump straight into it, which would be a nice experiment to do. Let's have a look. Yeah, we can. Can we really afford that? I think I'd just like to see if it was possible, you know, to jump straight to that. However, oh, I'm not really sure, because it's going to upgrade the tech of our industries everywhere, you see. And if we do that, then we might not have the people in the city upgrading to the highest wealth density, and then they might not provide jobs. Although it does say educated Sims, you know, I've always tied those things together, the different wealth values to education, and that might not be the case. And I think it's a good idea to learn things, so let's take that risk and just build a university from day one. So that's how we'll one day move. We want to build this. Do you know, I'm not sure if these curves on the corner are really the best way to do this. Maybe we should just have a short curve over here so it goes whoop, and then into a straight road. I'll tell you what, do you know, I need to think and make up my mind about what I want to do here, don't I? Okay, I decided to just go with something a lot simpler. We've got straight roads with a slightly curved corner. I'm not really sure if I like that much actually, but now that I build it, I've got to stop changing my mind and overthinking things and just go for it. So we've got an educational building over here, the university. We're just going to leave it like that for now because it costs a lot of money to run, and it looks like we have some more problems with water again. I've got to build another one of these. Okay, it really does look like it's time to actually sort this out, but that is actually all we have time for this episode. So in the next one we will sort out our problem with the water and the sewage here. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.